Welcome, Ronald. Thanks for joining us. Now, first thing that jumps off the page is Hashim Amla in and Reza Hendricks out. What's your take on that?
Well, no surprises really, Sandile. The selectors opting for the experience, the class and the pedigree of a man who's been around for 174 ODIs for South Africa, averaging just a notch under 50, which is an impressive record, that including over 8,000 runs in one-day international. So the selectors backing Hashim Amla, who's been battling with form, given that he has been struggling for the Cape Cobras and the Proteas recently. But he speaks volumes to also the selectors trying to go with a man who they believe will continue to score runs in England if given the opportunity. So Hashim Amla cracking the nod ahead of Reza Hendricks. Reza Hendricks having only played 18 ODIs for the Proteas, averaging just under 27. So not a great record for Reza Hendricks, but he will certainly be one for the future. He's still 29 years old, as opposed to Hashim Amla, a player who's 36 years of age and will definitely, surely be his last World Cup. So no surprises regarding this World Cup squad announcement. There's still a press conference happening inside, so we are hoping to get more thoughts from Linda Zondi, the convener of selectors, regarding that 15-man squad.
Just in terms of another exclusion of Chris Morris, he's also, been a match winner on his day. How are you viewing that?
Look, Chris Morris hasn't played much in terms of ODIs for the Proteas of late, and that was a dead giveaway that he might not make it to England for this World Cup. The selectors going for Andile Pehlokwayo and Dwayne Proteas, a man who will also be speaking to, by the way, during or before their match for the Highveld Lions a bit later. And then also there's JP Dumine as the additional all-rounder. But looking at Chris Morris's record, what is very interesting is that with the ball he's very inconsistent in terms of his stats. He averages just above 40 and just under 20 with the ball, so with the bat rather. So not great record in terms of one-day international cricket, as opposed to Andile Pehlokwayo, for example, who's played in 43 matches for the Proteas in ODIs, averaging 32 with the bat, which is not bad for an all-rounder, coming in at 8 or 9 occasionally for South Africa. And Dwayne Proteas also recently having played for South Africa, he seems to be a guy that the selectors trust a lot, and he's a type of bowler that might give South Africa some very much important movement, especially during those overcast conditions that one might expect in England and Wales for the World Cup.
Now, just on face value, we see 7 African players in the 15-man squad. In terms of transformation and the targets that have been set and targets that have been agreed upon, how does CSA stack up?
Look, a vast improvement certainly from that 2015 Cricket World Cup, where it was made infamous for that selection with Vernon Philander coming in to the team for that semi-final, many believing that Carl Abbott should have been given the opportunity, and also Aaron Pangiso, another member of the team back then, who didn't play at all during that Cricket World Cup. So Cricket South Africa is certainly learning their lessons in terms of transforming the game. They've certainly sped up transformation in first-class cricket or franchise cricket, where they've mandated teams to play 3 African players at least for each game. So they've certainly fast-tracked, and you can now see the results with the likes of Lungi Ngidi, Kagiso Rabada, regular members in the team, and Andile Pehlokwayo, as I mentioned earlier, and also JP Dumine and Hashim Amla, who spoke about in length very early. So it's a team that's completely transformed, and I don't think much will be said regarding the lack of transformation now with the national team, given that almost half of the team is made up of players of color.
Okay, we appreciate that, Ronald. Appreciate your time and, of course, your insight. We'll be linking up with you in the next hour.